Art comes in everything and everything comes from art. As we indulge in a world of colors and culture, we must first embrace our local creative craft. Listen to our stories as we feature different masterpieces that are not only good for the eyes, but rich in history as well.
See people getting by their busy days, the world and life seems to be revolving at the fast pace. Fast food chains are the way to go to enjoy the long day. But have you ever wondered what happens to the food leftovers after the closing hours of these chains? Let us go beyond this query through the infamous artwork of Filipino artist Elmer Borlongan, titled The Happiest Place on Earth. The title shows quite an irony because of the painting depict a dark point of view and image. The artist commonly paint artworks that tackle poverty, hunger, inequalities, and other confidential and crucial issues that the world is facing today. He makes pieces depicting the ordinary, but by highlighting the visual disturbing images of an imperfect world. This artwork that I am presenting greatly shows his awareness and first-hand experiences with the everyday hardships and challenges faced by Filipinos. The Happiest Place on Earth shows a personal eating French fries from a popular Filipino fast food chain. Rich or poor, Filipinos can recognize this emblem. The ironic thing is, for the rich, this is a convenient food, but for the less fortunate people, this food feels like a reward. Can you recognize now the problems and issues depicted by this painting? And the reason why we decided to go beyond this artwork? We believe that the art can change the world. And if we appreciate these paintings' depth and not just take a glimpse of the surface, we can identify why this is named an iconic yet ironic painting. Looking at the bigger picture, fast food chains and restaurants are major contributors to global food waste production. Food services comprise 26% of the total food waste generated per year. Now, let me ask you a question to ponder. With all of the problems regarding hunger, overconsumption, food waste, and fast food industries contributing more, is the world still the happiest place on earth?
Have you ever heard of India's world-famous Taj Mahal? It is regarded as one of the most beautiful structures ever built and is well known for serving as a timeless symbol of love, correct? But did you know that we have our own version of the Taj Mahal right here in the Philippines? Found on the island of Negros Occidental in the southern region of the Philippines, the Visayas, lies the iconic structure called the Ruins, dubbed as Taj Mahal of Negros Occidental because of its history of love and tragedy that is similar to that of the Taj Mahal itself. It is the remnants of an ancestral home built by Don Mariano Ledesma Lacson, a wealthy sugar baron. He built the mansion as a memorial to his Portuguese wife, Cora Maria Osorio Rosa Braga, who died in 1911. The mansion symbolized his unceasing love and affection for his wife. It was built so beautifully that it became Mariano and his children's home. During World War II, the American colonial masters burned down the mansion to prevent the invading Japanese forces from using it as a military office. The 3-day fire reduced the structure to its current empty cement shell. In terms of its physical appearance, a mixture of pure concrete and egg whites was used to finish the walls and posts. This resulted in a marble-like finish that can still be seen and felt today. The architecture of the ruins is Italianate, with neo-Romanesque twin columns shaped into the posts with the couple's initial MM. The top edges of the mansion also have a shell-inspired decor, indicating that the home is owned by a New England ship captain. Maria Braga's father, a ship captain, inspired this design. Right now, the ruins has become a tourist attraction not just because of its history, but because of its beauty, which is ideal for photographing. It is now privately owned by Mariano and Maria's great-grandchildren, who have kept it in its ruinous state despite being in the midst of operational farmland. The grounds have been restored, and the structure is now accessible to the general public.
Resilient. What enters your mind when you hear that word? If I were to rewrite the dictionary, the definition of resilient would only be a single word. That is, Negrosanos. Negros Occidental has gone through so much struggles that even resiliency is an underrated word to describe how the people fought so hard and survived up until this day. Set at the front of the lagoon park that serves as guard, PAGHIMUD-OS depicts the lifelong struggles of Negrosanos as battles, poverty, and tyranny were experienced by the land. This monument is a cultural gift by the Negros Occidental Park and Cultural Commission and one of the masterpieces of Eduardo S. Castrillo. PAGHIMUD-OS is a local Hiligaynon word that means struggle. The lives of Negrosanos became very challenging since the feudal management of the encomenderos in 1571. Another kind of struggle existed when the Moro pirate raiders from Mindanao started to have their incursions in the shoreline villages of Negros from 760 up to 1829. Men became slaves and ladies became covered women. The Zarzuela Revolution of El 5 de November 1898, the outbreak of Filipino-American War, the Battle of Quintabuan, then came the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Negros was then dragged to war. Cane fields and sugar mills were abandoned. The Battle of Patay claimed 11,000 Negrosanos, and the suffering doesn't end there. After the cruelty brought to the World War II to the land, the sugar industry was once again hibernated during the Marcos regime. People were oppressed, sugarcane workers were neglected, and sweet land tasted its bitter like twist, the Negros found. Poverty was then evident in the land even after the revolt of the masses. PAGHIMUD-OS stands strongly despite the storm or the intense sun. It is a living reminder that Negrosanos, no matter what struggles we will encounter in life, we are bound to survive.